And I'm back. And I hate the fact that this tool has no pause and resume without weird shortcut keys. All right, well, I've downloaded Classic Skyboxes. It ended up being way bigger than I wanted it to, but it has been downloaded. And I can now go back to selecting Skyboxes. Where do you do that? You go to Window, Skybox. No, Lighting, 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 Lighting. There it is. And in here you can choose any skybox you want, and now I should, in theory, have a bunch of skyboxes, unless they did not get imported. All right, they're in here. They're in here. It's just they're not previewing right. Whatever. I think maybe Unity takes a little bit of time. But in here, I'm choosing Skybox 7. You know, the advantage of that is now I have clouds. So when I'm playing my game, let me move Unity Dude a little bit closer to my cannon. There you go. Playing my game, I have clouds in the sky. And that'll let me aim. I'd be like, okay, between those two clouds. All right, pretty far shot. Maybe I'll want more power to be able to shoot even further, but I'm not worried about it yet. And you can adjust shots by tweaking the clouds. That actually helps. And then to leave the cannon, you have to basically right-click, and you can leave the cannon and play. So what next? You guys are going to want to finish this game by putting a bunch of cannons on both sides of the mountains. The friendly cannons will be the ones that you can shoot, and the enemy cannons will be controlled by robotic AI. That sounds like a whole lot of work, but it's not going to be too bad. First, let's make sure that our prefabs are set. So we've got our My Assets folder. We've got these prefabs, but some of them got totally messed up. I'm going to hit apply on Unity Dude, so hopefully he's good. Cannon stand, I can't even apply that because I destroyed it earlier. I'm going to delete the original cannon stand, bye-bye, and bring in the new cannon stand. Inside of that, there was the cannon, which had a bunch of stuff. I'm going to apply that just in case I made any changes there. And then I think that represents my assets. Sometimes I use underscores, sometimes not. It's a little nasty, but we'll get over it. So then how are you going to finish this game? What are you going to do? Well, once you have one cannon stand prefab, it's really not too bad to make more of them. I mean, one, you can just drag them from here, or you can just hit duplicate. I'm kind of annoying that the canvas is here. Let's put the canvas up there. My computer is fried. It is so deeply unhappy. I think it hates me. Right. So then we have a bunch of cannon stands. They're all tagged friendly cannon. These are the friendly cannons, and I can move them around. I can put one here. I can put one there. I can take all three and move them a bit closer. And those are my friendly cannons. Piece of cake. Unity Boy should be able to run up to any one of them. And when he starts using it, it should fire. So there's Unity Boy. He sees a variety of cannons. He can run up to one and start using it. Great. So how do we make enemy cannons? Well, enemy cannons are made the exact same way with a couple of caveats. One, we're going to have to tag them differently. I'll explain how that's going to play out. Two, we're going to add a separate script that we'll have to activate, right? So my cannon right now has a cannon controller. But if I add a new script here called enemy controller, the enemy controller will tell my cannon to shoot automatically at the player. Shoot automatically at the player. And by default, for the friendly cannons, I'll have this script off. But for the enemy cannons, I'll have it on. And it'll be up to you to code this guy. But he's going to do something like this, right? He's going to get a hold of the cannon controller so he can shoot. Simple enough. It's attached to the exact same game object. Cannon, space, oh yeah, cannon controller. I'll just call it cannon. Cannon equals get component, cannon controller. Fine. What's he going to do inside of, he's probably going to have, some method like void shoot MortarBoy. He's going to have to know where MortarBoy is. And you can find MortarBoy at any time. His name actually is Unity Dude. I call him both names, I guess. He's also tagged with player. See that? I said it's tagged to player, so you can use a find with tag method. You'll want to get MortarBoy. Game object. And then in here, you're going to do something like aim at MortarBoy. I'll give you a hint. Use look at. Increase your forward.y. Forward.y so cannon shoots over mountain, right? Basically rotate the cannon up a little bit. This should say increase. And you're going to want to be random about this, but not totally random. So you want to give them a little bit of arc, but not always choose the exact same amount. Set power randomly. Again, you're going to have to fine tune all these values. And then it's going to be like cannon.shoot. Whatever that power that you set, right? And that'll shoot. And once you fine tune your random ranges, by the way, there's a fun function that's perfect for this. Mathf dot random dot range, right? That's what you want to use. Then you'll be able to, basically fine tune it so that the game is fun, right? Okay. So not too bad. Those cannons be on the opposite side of the mountains, and they'll shoot at MortarBoy. So that's part of the process. The last part of the process is the idea that an explosion has to actually destroy stuff. Let's go look at our the enemy controller. I'm going to put it in my assets. Everything should be in my assets. And one of the things that's in my assets is this thing called explosion. And we need a controller. We need a script to actually get rid of objects when they get hit by explosions. I'm going to call it the explosion controller. And it probably got dumped out here. I'm going to put that in my assets. What does he do, this explosion controller? Basically, he says, so first of all, he only exists once an explosion happens. That means the mortar or the cannonball hit something and an explosion occurred. And the question is, did anything die? So one, we have to, basically, he lives inside his start method. He doesn't last very long. He's going to say, Did I come close enough to anything important? What's important? MortarBoy, enemy cannons, friendly cannons. All this stuff is, controllable with tags. Controllable with tags. So you have tags, right? Cannon stand right now is tagged friendly cannon. When you make your enemy tags, enemy cannons, make sure you have enemy cannon tags so you can easily do it in this process. 1, get all enemy cannons. 2, get all friendly cannons. 3, get MortarBoy. And you're using tags for this method called GameObject.find game objects with tag. That is what I'm talking about. Loop through all that stuff and see if anything should be destroyed. So that is the destroy method. That's the destroy method. And when you destroy stuff, you're going to want to check for end of game conditions. So if you killed MortarBoy, game's over. If an explosion killed the last enemy cannon, game over. And when you do game over, you're going to add some big text in the middle of the screen that says you win, you lose, or whatever you need to do. So that's it. All right, best of luck. Come with questions to class, and congratulations on making it through all these videos.